Hey guys, hey, it's me, Jimmy Lou, with the Messy Craft Corner. Good morning, America!
Good morning.
Today is our Journal in a Day patriotic theme, you guys. I'm excited about this one. We're using a quilt for a cover. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. We're going to have a look through of the actual kit that some people were able to purchase. I'm going to build up a signature. We're going to sew it into a soft cover. And if you're getting here, say good morning. Let us know that you're watching and all the fun stuff. It's going to be a fun day. We've got a full schedule, Larry. Would you like to hear what it is?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so 9 a.m., that's now. We're doing our cover and signature. At 10:15, pockets and paper clips. 11:30, we're working on belly bands and tucks, and we have a special guest coming somewhere within that time frame.
Ooh, who is it?
It's Laura, and she's going to be teaching a pen session.
Oh.
Then we got at 12:45, we're doing waterfalls. That's quarter to 1 to quarter to 2. Then from 2 to 3 o'clock, we're taking a break. And then at 3 o'clock, we got flips, flaps, and folds. That's always a fun one, Larry, because it's the 3 F's. Fun, flips, flap.
That's a tongue tie, isn't it?
Flips, flaps, and folds.
I thought I seen your tongue in a knot there.
Then 4:30, we're going to do a little evaluation of our book and do some beadwork. At 5:45, we'll be decorating our cover. And then at 7:15 tonight, we're going to finish up anything we need to finish and do our flip through. So Larry's going to say some hellos while I go get my sewing.
There's Lori Creative Journals, Lori Thompson, hello. There's Molly Jasper, hello. Angela Breeze and Wendy Spaniff, hello. There's Anita Shoup, Carol Stenson saying good morning. Becky Peels, hello. Good morning to you. And Paulette, hello. Hope you're doing well. Debbie Zerker Fritz, hello. And Linda Shirley Pope, hello. Good morning and welcome to the Messy Craft Corner here on this wonderful Tuesday morning. Yep. Good morning, Larry Boy. Molly said. There's Linda Robinson, Annette Greaves, Cynthia Vaughn, good morning. And Carol Wilson. I think I already said hi to Carol Wilson, but hello again.
Okay, we got one.
Carol Stenson, okay. There's a lot of Carols there.
Carol, and Carol.
And my mother's name's Carol, too.
We do have one thing that we want to do this morning that's going to have to do with our beadwork, but we need all that time for it to dry. I did this with my Journal of the Month ladies last night, and it is this piece right here. Now, we're going to take a look through of what we have first in our kits. Those of you who got one, okay? So, and pieces may differ in between. Okay, so I have my printable ready. In the description of the video, you can you can find the prints, okay, for in the Ko-fi shop. Now, let me tell them this, Larry. If you're watching free today, you don't want to buy the prints, but you want to say, you know what, Jimmy Lou, thanks so much for all the time you put into today's lives, you can go into the Ko-fi and you can leave a tip, and that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah,
but you don't feel like you have to. The tutorials today are free. You can buy this set of printables, and then there's an add-on kit which we're going to be using in each segment. We're going to be using pieces from the add-on kit. I did give you guys some freebies yesterday, and I have something free to post for you later today. So here's what I printed, and I printed double-sided. Faith, Family, Freedom. I think that's really good. Land of the Free, Because of the Brave. We got our quilts, and we just have some plain stripes. We got plain stars, and we've got the picnic lunch, you know, because 4th of July, picnic, barbecue. Let me know in the comments, are you planning to go to a 4th of July picnic or barbecue next weekend? Hello, Donna. How are you? And Lisa Kidd. Denise, good morning. Michelle McGee, Teresa Thorne, Annette Grieve. Hello, ladies. Welcome. Cynthia Vaughn. I think Larry said hi to most of you already. This has a nice like flag on each corner, but then when we fold it, we're going to have that hint of watermarked music, okay? Over here, we got the Liberty Bell, American flag. We got our picnic
That's a pretty cool
stuff. I did America the Beautiful, did a little church at the bottom. I really like that. And then over here we got God shed his grace on thee. That should be our prayer. Our prayer for our country should be, God, please shed your grace on thee, on our country, on our, all of that. Okay. And we're not going to get political. We're just,
America needs grace.
it sure does. We all need grace, don't we?
We never make it.
Check it out, though. We got Uncle Sam's General Store. Dry goods, groceries, hardware, and seed. We got groceries, flour, coffee, sugar, tea. So just a little general store. Just thought it was a little fun play on some. I want you to buy American. Over here we've got floral print. Again with the watermark of We the People. Stamped July 4, 1776. That was a long time ago. Route 66 is kind of
150 years, right?
kind of a classic idea for the United States. A lot of people have traveled on 66. We have not. I would like to do that someday.
I'm gonna do that.
Let Freedom Ring. So these are all the prints. We've got Victory Garden, Plant Today for a Better Tomorrow. And then we've got Victory Seeds. Pretty cool. Land of the Free, Home of the Brave, America, God Bless America. Tractor. And then we've got these. We've got these little signs. Faith, family, freedom, home sweet home. Just some fun things. I did give you lots of writing lines. I think that this could be a journal for whoever ends up with it, of a place to write a lot of memories in. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The American Eagle. My dad really loved eagles. He had statues of them. He
did. We used to take him up to
Knoebels to see the live ones. Yeah.
Eagles, and he liked that.
All aboard the Freedom Express, destination of the home of the brave. We've got front porch. Okay, now these are a little bit more vintage inspired, with like the dark backgrounds and stuff. If you want something more bright, there is one in the Ko-fi shop that I created yesterday because someone had messaged me and said, hey, you have anything brighter? And I was like, sure, we can do that. So there we go. We've got the parade down Main Street, USA. And that's the prints that I made. Now let me move this, because what we're going to do is we're going to look at what came in our kits. Okay. Now this was the splat paper. Splat, is that what we called it last week?
Double splat.
This was not in your kit, but I'm going to use a piece of it today. All right, let's take a look at all of the papers first that came in these kits. If you didn't get a kit and you want to gather up like surprise, it's really too early for me.
About that paper is it looks this way on one side and this way on the
other. Yeah.
It's
and it does.
Double splotch, right?
It does match. Okay, so in your kit, everybody except the map forgot to go into Michigan. Oh, really? It goes right through your village, Anita. That's really cool. She said the map forgets to go into Michigan. 66 goes right through our little village, Anita Shoup said.
Oh, wow.
There's Boston Terrier. She's awake. She said, hello, Jimmy Lou and my handsome Larry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Gwen Ollie. How are you today? And Lisa Kidd. I think I said hello to you. Carol Maloney is now here. We got Debbie Hudson in the house. Boy, we have 33 friends at this time of the morning.
Well, welcome, everyone.
Okay, every kit got a doily. This is going to go into my signature. Okay.
Having my coffee, Molly.
Every kit got 2 envelopes, and what we're going to do is we're going to attach them together like so and make a little pocket piece. Okay. We're going to do this just like this, and it will get sewn into the signature. Okay. Then there were papers like from, this is like Neighbors of the U.S. I'm not sure what everybody got, but we have those. Okay. You guys who got a kit, I need you to tell me something. So I have these, right? And I sent them out. But when I was looking at it last night, it looks like mine is cut, right? But if I punch this out, wait till you see this, you guys. You're going to be like, say what? Okay, if you punch these out, And if I have more of this paper, I'll have it in Friday's sale, right? Anybody see what it's making? It's a punch outable. What do they call it? It's punch outable. Okay, so if you take the time and you punch that all out, what you end up with is a memory dex card. I honestly did not know that there were bases to memory dex cards on these papers. So I'm going to be checking that out then. I thought it was just a trifold piece of paper that we could sew in. But what we're going to do now is we're going to trim this part off. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do here.
There's Amanda Milligan. Hello.
So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on my board like so. Okay, I'm going to find my score line and I'm sinking my blade in and I'm pulling away. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here.
Susan from Success England. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, Susie. How are you?
Susan Graham. Hello.
And we're just going to cut that part away. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a pocket. And then we'll have this in our book. This is 8.5 inches high. Levels and layers, guys. Levels and layers. All right. So that's one thing you can do. And then you got that card wherever I tossed it at. We have it. I don't know what I did with it, but we have it. Okay. We also have... Where are all my papers? Did I just have... Oh, I sat this on top of it. Okay, so now we have one of these. I actually have a second one. Those are fun, so we'll do something with those later. Then we have just different papers that we can add in something. Good morning. You like my big number score? Yeah, me too. It's easier to see. Hello, Nicole Pros. Yes. Is yours did you get a kit? Is it perforated? Did everybody who got a kit, does your trifold have that perforated? You have to look. I didn't know it. Okay, the kit's got these papers that you can put into, like, they have the lawn. Listen, my mind is not awake yet. I think if I drank coffee, I'd be like, I need a cup of coffee. But these dot lines go into like planners. Okay, so I'm just folding one.
Thanks, Susan B.
To go in there. And then I'm saving the other for another time. We've got some shorthand dictation scribbles. We're going to do something with those later. Grab one of your dictionary pages. It can be one, it can be more than one, but just grab one of them. That's what I'm doing.
There's Deborah Gray. Hello, everyone, she's saying.
Folding it in half. Okay. And then I'm finding where my 8.5 is. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear it. And then I'm going to find where the 8.5 is. And I'm going to tear the top off too. Okay. And then save your... I sent enough dictionary paper for you to do 2 projects, I think. All right. There was some papers like these that also had information about different things. So this is Edward Rutledge. He was a signer of the Declaration of Independence. He lived from 1749 to 1800. That's not a very long life, is it? Okay, so here we go.
No, it isn't very long.
So, oh look, I have something about the Titanic. So, and then here's this is all just stuff. This was Joe Louis fight. Okay, so just different, like, history. It just had different history things. We're going to do something with that. Here's another splotch paper. This came in your kit. Okay, then we have more American history stuff in here. Rosie the Riveter. Okay.
There's the shell. Hello,
right.
Shell.
Then everybody got one of these. Now this is kind of oversized also. If I fold it in half, it's going to be at 6 inches. So I think what we'll do, and then height wise, it's 9 inches. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take some off the end to give me, when I fold, at least 5.5, right? So I just trimmed off a little on the end. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this up like so. Give that a crease. We're setting up our signature, you guys, if you just got here. We're going to fold this in half like so. Right. Grab a pair of scissors, and then from here down, I'm just snipping. I call it a V cut because when you open it up, it looks like a V. Fold these in just like so. And now we've got place for pockets, right? So it does still seem like it's a little wide, but it is 5.5. It's just a shorty. Hello, Amanda. The giant cash register. Yeah, that was an ad one time. So this was, here's the Golden Gate Bridge. We can decide if we want to use that. Just looking to see if I want to cut it so we can keep the poem. We are going to lose the ocean part right here, but still have the sky. I'm okay with that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trim this down. So that way we got 8.5. So I only lost water. I didn't actually lose the bridge. And then I'm going to fold this unevenly. Okay, so see where that is? We're going to go here. It has a little poem by Angela Morgan. Okay, and then we'll be able to flip. We'll have, that'll be on one side, this will be on the other, and we'll still be within that 5.5. Okay, we got Washington. Well, that was kind of cool that I ended up with Washington crossing the Atlantic, or not the Atlantic. I actually did very well in American history, so I apologize if I'm butchering any of it. So I'm just going to cut this down also. Okay. This will make a nice center to my signature. That's the kind of stuff I'm looking at right now. That can be the center of my signature. And then we have some pretties. Okay. We've got, there's music paper. We're going to use some of this later on. And, oh, these are fun. This was a fussy cut. The Delaware. Thank you. I told you my brain isn't awake. Yes, they're all gone too, Denise. These kits are all gone. That's why I tell you, when you see me do a kit, you know I'm going to be doing journal in a day. Grab one. You guys get a lot of good stuff. This was a print from a really, really old book that I did copies. This was a free gift for those of you who bought a kit. And you can cut these out and use them as journal cards. Okay, here is one of these. I don't know what I'm at an awful lot of pages. This can get folded, you guys. This is a page from that you can put pictures in. But if you fold it this direction, you can then you can get 4 pictures in here. It looks like I have a piece at the top needs to come off. There we go. And then you got writing paper, things to do today paper, some of this, graph paper. Okay. Then we got this lined paper here. Okay, and then we have these tissue papers. So it doesn't matter to me how many signatures I have. I'm putting both of, or how many pages I have. I'm putting both of these in. Just because I think they would be really pretty. And what it is it's parchment paper that I got at Michael's. They were parchment paper sheets for like in the bottom of baskets and stuff. And then you got a page that looks like Declaration of Independence. We've got one of these pages. All looking good. These cardstock papers, we're going to make something fun later. So keep those handy. They are double-sided. And they are 6 by 12 in case you need to know. We have some stickers that we can stamp and print on. We're going to do something with those. This is a copy of a tag that was in the kit, but I was short one tag, so I just made a copy for myself. And then this was not in the kit, but I just love it. It is America, an American hymn, America the Beautiful. And we've got 1, 2, 3 pages worth of good stuff here. One problem, they are like 10.5 inches high. So I think I'm just going to keep it and use it as extra paper in my book. Okay. Yeah, Larry he had some things to do today, so he might be popping in and out again. Okay, so that's all of the papers. And then I did post the schedule, you guys, and I posted it as a bookmarker so that I can put a bookmarker inside of the book. I've always loved this stage of a journal, figuring out the composition of a signature. I know, right? It is a good arrangement of that song. I hate to tear it apart. And it's such a lovely piece. I love the front cover of it. Whoever had this, look at, they have their own notes in here. Breathe, no breath, no breath. I don't know when you're supposed to breathe there, but whoo-wee. I am not a sheet music reader, but I like that there's breathe there. Like, she just had her own little notes in there, so that was pretty fun. Okay, so get your schedule printed out. It does come like this, and then I just cut it out. I'm going to stick this in my front pocket, and then what I did is I've stamped it and signed it, so that way that's part of this. Okay, I want to, before we build the signature, okay, and the cover, show you these. Okay, so we're going to do something using glossy accents, and I want to make a charm. Okay. Oh, you know what? I didn't show you all the stuff in the kit. And here I am. I'm just so excited to do this part. I think I'm just trying to get to it. All right. You also got a nice selection of ribbons and laces to use, including vintage crushed velvet. You also got some nice red, white, and blue ribbons for your tags, and some trim work, some nice laces. Okay, all of that was in there. There was also a wide lace for you to use for a pocket, and your other fabric piece was the cover. Okay, so we're not prepping anything with the cover. We're not doing a whole bunch of gluing and stuff like that. So that was in your kit. Oh, there's other pieces too, but I have them laid out for later today. So this was in there. This was in there. Okay, those were all parts. Did everybody find and get the free paper clip printable? So when I cut them, I cut the paper clip part off. Okay, so I only grabbed the design for later. Okay, inside your kit, you are going to find some real goodies here. There are 2 straws, patriotic straws. We are going to make some windmills later, or pinwheels, something like that. Everybody got a doodad bag, okay? And inside your doodad bag, if you fish around in there, you are going to find 2 parts. Oh, there should have been a second part. Hold on, let me close it up and fish around for it. There's my second part. Everybody got one of these. So this we're going to use as our closure. So I'm pulling that out. So I don't need that. And then you got a lot of good stuff. Now I'm going to tell you, if you got some of these bigger blings, they'll be great for your pen session that you're going to have later with Miss Alara. She's coming to teach you a pen session later. Inside this bag, we've got some doodad stuff. Okay, some wooden pieces, some bling stars. There are also some of these. You guys, these were vintage. The packaging alone on these were really cool. So this is all stuff for decorating later. You guys also got some poker chips in red, white, and blue. You got a shaker kit. Even though shaker is not on the schedule, we will squeeze this in somewhere. Okay, then you got your pen kit, okay? So it has some beads, some blingy pieces, and if you have other stuff that you want to maybe add on to your pen, you could. Alara is going to be here as a special treat for you later. Okay, inside this package right here, you're going to find some washi tape. You're going to find one of these. This is actually a letter opener, but we're going to use it as a charm thing later. There's some sticky bling. There's some flag stickers. You also got a wooden piece. This is going to be for our cover later. And then you got some stencils. There's a cupcake, Happy 4th of July, Oh, good. I got a stars. I'm going to keep that out. And we got one that says fourth, one that says love. These are all things we can use. All right. You got some playing cards. These are pretty popular. Carrie gave some out in her kit too. These are some playing cards that say USA 250th anniversary, but on the other side, they have other things. So United States, that word. Then we've got the Bill of Rights. I got King of Liberty and United States Innovation and Space. So those were some fun cards to look at. Then you got some American Eagles in your kit. You got some, what are these? Okay, so this was, I'm not really sure, but it had pretty waterfalls on it. Everybody got a bookmark. Everybody got some of these postcards. Okay, there is napkin. You can actually sew this into your signature. You got cupcake liner or liners. A piece of this, we're going to use this later for tags. Just a fun little popsicle. Sold tag. Some other little tags that are USA themed. Some stickers. Okay, so these are all little stickers that you can use for decorating later. And then 2 little American flags. Okay, that's everything that came in the kit. Kit was a $50 kit, you guys, which is a real bargain. Okay, now we're going to get to this piece. So I was trying to tell my ladies last night, if you use a 1-inch circle punch, it's perfect for this. So we can go on to any of our ephemera. And this is all ephemera in my printable kit. Please do me a favor and check out my Ko-fi shop because it's pretty cool. All right, so we just want to find like just the right thing that a 1-inch will cut and look pretty awesome. Okay, so I really like this. It looks like a wax seal. It says 1776. Let's just punch that out. And then if you take notice, that 1-inch punch fits perfectly inside of this. Now, this little charm did not come in everybody's kit, but it is pretty cool. Oh, I pushed it down in there, you guys, and I shouldn't have. I wasn't ready for it. All right, how to use washi tape. I'm about to show you. If I can, I've lost my washi tape already, you guys. Can you believe that? Here it is. I'm not a huge washi tape fan, but I did send some because I thought it would be fun. Thanks, Debbie Fritz. So next time I have a journal in the month kit, you guys are going to want to grab one. Now if you want to know, I'll tell you what the next kit is, if anyone wants to know. Now it is July. We're going to be doing it in July. Okay, we're going to take this and I'm going to use a little bit of Fabri-Tac. Okay, it's going to be a warm one in my house today, but it's very cloudy outside. I am just putting some Fabri-Tac. Ooh. I was like, why isn't this coming out? Not a smart move, Jamila. Right onto your hand. Good job. Who else saw that and said, don't do it, Jimmy Lou? Okay, I was trying to go light in there. Just get some Fabri-Tac and then put your piece inside one of these. Okay, these are pretty awesome. And if you guys like, tell me. I'll order some in from the supply company. And we can package some up like in packs of 10 or 15 or something like that. But they're just a charm, okay? Just a pendant. And then we don't have the UV light and all of that stuff. I don't particularly care for the resin stuff, but glossy accents are a lot of fun. Now, let me tell you, you guys are up a little high, but you'll have to strain to see, I guess. Evening thunderstorms in my air 4 days in a row. Oh, I know. It's very warm here already. Okay, I'm going to turn my tip this way. And what I want to do is I want to start getting a flow to come out without having any air bubbles, okay? And we're going to move in a continuous squeeze and circular motion to try to keep any air bubbles out of our pendant, okay? So I'm just going to start it and just work in a circle. Don't go too fast. If you go too fast, you'll get an air bubble. All right. And you just want to fill that whole pendant up with the glossy accents. Now I'm doing this now, so that way later we'll be able to use it. Okay, it takes quite a while to dry, so I'm hopeful we'll be able to use it. If not, I'll show you what my plan is. Go all the way out to the edges. Keep pressure on it, okay? And fill that all the way up. Okay, now it's gonna dry kind of cool in a pendant-like thing. I do keep an eye on it. If you do get any air bubbles, you just want to use a little pin and like poke it and drag. Okay, it's going to look like a glass kind of filled pendant later. And I'm going to put it where I'm not going to stick my hands in it, okay? Because that's easy enough to do. But let me show you. These are the two that we made last night in our class for our travel journal. So we've got this. Okay, so see how it looks kind of like glass. Like this one still isn't quite dry, but it was pretty big. I did get a pretty nasty air bubble that I didn't get a hold of in time. So that's kind of the look that you're going for. And that's going to sit and it's going to dry. It's going to do all the fun things. I might put it by the fan later so that the air hits it. Good morning, Linda Jeremiah. We just finished going through the kit. And now I'm going to move all this ephemera stuff out of the way. And I still have, look, I still have ephemera to cut out, you guys. Woo. All right, let's build a book. What do you guys say? All right, we're going to use this piece right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of pull this back because we're going to attach these two pieces to create our closure. Now, you use any of the fabric pieces that you want, that you got, that you have on hand. I gave you lots of ribbons and stuff. What happened to that one? I can't believe we're this early in the day, you guys, and I'm already losing stuff. Well, we can use the crushed velvet because I sent enough of that. This would be nice, but this is kind of small, so you can order them online, Paulette. You can order them online. Okay, so I'm just cutting a strip that is, let's see, like 2.5 inches long. And then I'm going to put it through here, and I'm using the crushed velvet stuff. Nicole Prose is here. You cut a lot out yesterday. I know there was a lot to cut. And then there's an add-on kit that got put into the shop last night that has some of our like flips and flaps and folds. In fact, the hidden paper clips, we're going to be using those in the next session in case you need to get stuff cut out. Using the add-on kit, I'm using the corner pocket page. Okay. And I'm also using some of my hidden paper clip things. That's in the next session. All right, so if you got the add-on kit, they're going to be there. There is going to be something special given free later today. All right, I'm gluing this together. Okay, just using my Fabri-Tac and just glue that together. Okay, and then we're going to pull this back and we're just going to kind of hide it. We're going to sneak it in there, sort of like so. All right, we're going to glue that down. All right, so let's get some glue here and some glue over here. Okay, and then I'm going to tell you, I'm not really doing a whole lot with the edge of the book. I'm going to let it be alone. It's just going to be that you can see it's a quilt. If you don't like that and you say, Jimmy Lou, I don't really like that, can you tell me something else to do? Absolutely. Let me tell you something else you can do. You also want to decide, you want your red in the front or do you want your blue in the front? And I should have decided that before I put that in there. That's okay though. You can take it and you can sew it on your sewing machine. You can add lace all 4 sides if you want to. That's entirely up to you. All right, let's get a length of this. I love this crushed velvet stuff. It's so lovely. Okay. Some of you who got kits that got shipped yesterday, they should be to you real soon. The replays will be available. We will make a playlist over on YouTube with the videos also. So if you're watching a replay on YouTube, hello, you missed all the fun. Come follow us on Facebook. All right, we're going to glue these two together. Okay. Yes, you can still get my printables. It's in the link is in the description, but also let me show you guys a little trick here. If you go, see this little link down here? If I click that, it's going to show me all the places you can go. So you can go to you can visit the Messy Craft Corner shop. There you can give a coffee if you like. You can buy me a coffee to say thanks for all you did today. You can also click on for the Stars and Stripes Journal in a Day kit, and then the Stars and Stripes Forever add-on pieces. So it was an addition. So the add-on pieces, I think I spelled that wrong, but it was very late last night. So yes, you can still get them. Yep, work does get in the way of crafting. That is for sure. All right, so I've got these two glued together, and then I'm just eyeballing where I need to go here. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just pulling this back. If I need to pop a thread or two, I'm not going to be upset. It's okay if it looks a little vintage. Try not to cut through your fabric, though. Okay, just like that. And we're going to get this glued down. And then these will they'll hook. They'll be hooked together. All right, so let's add some glue here and here. Okay, and we're going right in here and pressing that down. Now that'll stick. But like I said, you could take it to your sewing machine and you could zip, 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 zip. But wait, do it after you add your vintage lace for a pocket. Look at how pretty this is. Isn't that pretty? So that's going to be my pocket. A little bit yellow, not quite too deep. I've lost my, I had a thing to stick in the pocket. I've lost it. My schedule. I'll find it when I'm in the process of setting up the next. But this is what that's going to look like.
Oh, that looks good.
And then we've got our clip all ready to go, Larry, to clip us close. Our only decision we need to make now is, do we want the red part to be the front of our book? Or do we want the blue part to be the front of our book?
I like the blue.
Now, I'll tell you, before you decide, you want to look and see what piece did you get. Okay, I got the word fireworks. Okay, so fireworks looks good on the blue. I'm betting it will also look good. It's better on the blue, though. I have to agree with you. It's going to look better on the blue.
Yep. I mean, I guess it depends on the eye of the beholder.
Yep, and we're just going to decide which way and where and all that stuff later. Okay, so blue is going to be my front. Once you decide if you're having blue or red, then you can go ahead and move to the next step. What we're going to do is I'm adding...
Sorry, I'm trying to get some rubber bands here.
I'm adding Fabri-Tac all along the bottom of my quilt piece. So this was a quilt piece. And if somebody asks me really, really nice, I might tell you what the next journal in a day is going to be, but I'm going to have you ask for it. Because maybe you want to know, and maybe you can guess. I don't know. All right, so I'm not letting it stick out. I'm going straight across the bottom. Yep, I could stain it. We'll have to wait and see what I'm going to do. A blanket stitch would be cool if I wanted to sit and actually hand stitch. Molly is right. You could do a blanket stitch all the way around. Would look really cool. Blue, so you see the red, white, and blue. Yes, that's what I was thinking too. So we've got a little red here and here. The white firework sign. Yes, perfect thinking. Okay, so now I'm going to go up the side here with my glue. Tack that down. Okay, I'm pulling it a little bit on the tight side.
I'll be back over about the time you're
okay.
taking a break.
Right, and we're just putting that lace piece in place right there. And then what I just want to do is look and see where's my middle about, and I'm just going to tack it so that it stays out of my way when I'm sewing my signature in. Okay. Oh, please tell us the next journal in a day. Okay, next journal in a day is going to be Christmas in July. And some of you just went, really? Oh, come on, Jimmy Lou, really? That's what we're going to do? Yes, because wait till you see the awesome fabric that I got. I got a fabric from the 1980s that I think is just really awesome. oh, sorry, from the 1990s. And it looks a little something like this. Goodwill to all, peace on earth. Goodwill to all, peace on earth. We've got the manger scene as part of our fabric cover. And then I put just a plain green for the inside. So we're starting to build up the things we want for the next journal in a day. So there we go. I know, 55, 57 on my screen. 57 fabulous friends woke up early. I know, Subi. That's okay. You can do a lot of the things in it. Listen, Christmas is coming, whether you like it or not. We are halfway to Christmas and all that stuff. Okay, let's build our signature now. Let's just have this little discussion because some people are new to this, and I know, isn't it pretty fabric though? So if you are thinking you might want to get a journal in a day, start shaking those couch cushions or find that perfect savings money and let me know. My puppy has me up early. I know you are early because you're not even in this time zone. Okay, here's my pieces that I think I want to use for my signature. And let me just fold this. Okay, so we've got a lot of pages here, okay? So I think there was 27 total, and I printed out 13 for the inside of the book. So if there's something that you want to omit, you can, and we can use the papers later. Okay, we got one. My one son used to call it Mountain Rushmore when he was little. We took them to see that. Anybody ever been to Mount Rushmore? It's pretty cool to see in person. Like I had seen it on movies and stuff like that. I think I'm going to leave the front porch and this go. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that one out. We've got Happy 4th of July with the fireworks there. I'm liking that. I really went with that vintage inspired look this time. So 4th of July. All right, we got the front. See, we've got a front porch here and we've got a front porch here. That's what made me make my decision. And I like the front porch in the daylight. Okay. So we've got writing lines on every one of our printables. Okay, so this is a maybe. I like the Route 66 diner. Okay, so there we go. Some nice floral wallpaper. And Uncle Sam's General Store. How many of you have gotten the printables? I bet he has you on your toes. Okay, I do like this one. So now you're getting to see some of my thought process. Like why am I going to let this go? Well, I'm going to let this go because I've got this part here on this one. So, and I can use this as scrapbooking paper later. Okay. I like the blue stars, and the picnic for sure has to make it in. How many of you remember when you were a kid, or when your kids were little, maybe we can go with that one too, going to like big 4th of July picnics and parades and that kind of stuff. It was always a lot of fun when I was a kid. Okay, so we got our quilt there. I really want to keep faith, family, and freedom as part of this. And then we've got our church there. So let's fold this way. And let's make this one kind of our front piece, like what we're going to have in the front. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I've got 11. This is going to be one big fat signature. This makes 12. I'm going to count these two together because they're thin, so 13. Then we've got this piece as 14, 15, 16, 17. I'm going to let this one out. 18, 19, 20. And we'll leave these out. We'll do something else with the envelopes later. Okay, so I got a 20-page signature. That is a lot. I have PC problems with printing. Not sure what they have done to me. Oh, boy. He tried eating a feather this morning, and I found... Oh, my goodness. Hello, Evie. The printable sheets are in, if you look at that little link at the bottom of your page right here, or if you go to, if you go to the actual video, whoops, definitely clicked way off of that. Go to the Messy Craft Corner page and you scroll down. Right here is the video that we're on. There are 3 links in there. This, you can go right to the Ko-fi shop. You can leave a tip, or you can just purchase any of my printables. And then the first printable here is the main page. The second link is the add-ons. So all those little extra things that we're going to do later. And I did include in the add-ons the free prints that I gave you yesterday, the Stars and Stripes Forever clips, okay? So that's how you can find it. It's in the description of this video. It'll be in the description of all today's videos. All right, so let's build it up. I want this one to be first because I want this to be at the very back of my book. So this can be first, but we can also do the lace doily piece. Will be very pretty on the front, in the front like that. So that's 2. And we're going to do this one. That's going to have this as a little pocket flap. And we'll grab the next one. Okay. We've got that blue. Don't forget, like, build stuff up as far as like how tall things are. Okay. We're going to get the signature sewed in, and then we're going to take a little break so I can reset all of my things here. And then we'll be back. All right, so 20 pages, you guys. Yowza. Yowza, yowza. Let's put this one here. Okay. I do, look at that. That's pretty cool stuff right there. Let's do this one. We're going to have our little pocket piece down at the bottom. Oh, I love doing levels and layers. Who else? Who's with me? Who else will say I do? Okay, this I want in the center. This one. Some of those pieces were a little on the thin side. The doily, the the wax. I have allergies really bad. Anybody else have allergies? Do this one. This one. That kind of goes with that Route 66 thing, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to put 2 of these back to back. And then this one. This one. Okay. Go in between these 2. Okay, It's a thick signature, you guys. All right, we're going to put these 2 together. And then this one's going to go here, and we've got Washington crossing over. Okay, so that's my signature right there. Let me get this stuff. Oh, there, I told you I was going to find it. There it is. We're going to stick it in our... I've lost my cover. Hang on, let me get a clip so I can clip this. Yeah, I can't believe I lost my cover. Ouch. Okay, give me a clip. All right. Okay, there we go. Here it is. Just buried it. Okay, so here's my cover piece, and then here's my signature. And we're going to tuck this inside here. Okay. I did cut my cover down to make sure it was 9 inches. And then how long it was, let me tell you that. I cut it to 14 inches, so that way we would have a little extra room at the edges. Okay, so if we do put lace or something along the edge, you know, it'll be tucked inside. It'll look kind of cool. All right, let me grab this one. And we're going to snap that on there. Make sure this is folded even. You don't want to sew your signature in crooked. Okay. So just like that. Get this one. And clip. Oh my goodness. All right, so there we go. We are doing a patriotic theme today. Who's looking forward to it? Jimmy Lou is. My mom and dad were two of the most patriotic people I ever met in my life, you guys. They loved America and all things Americana. My mom would be all over this book today. All right, so I've got 3 alls. And then I just want to decide on my spine, like, what do I want to do here? Do I want to go with something like this? Do I want to maybe be a little brighter? I don't really have anything red that will go. I have a brown that's a little darker. I think I'm going to go with what I have here, though. Okay, here's a needle that I could sew from across the room. I have blue, you guys. Anybody want to chime in on what color I should use? I don't have a red. All the red I have is kind of like burnt orange. It's not really a nice red. Yes, I know your kit, there was a issue with shipping your kit. I apologize. That does almost never happens to me. But we did send it, and I sent it with a little bit higher of a postage on it so that you get it a little faster. You like the blue, Carol Stenson? Me too. Linda likes the gold. The goldfish color. You're still working on Carrie's? Yeah. The blue would be cool, wouldn't it? Blue, blue. Okay, a little more people saying blue than anybody. Okay, to sew in your signature, you need 3 times the height of your book. Okay, and then a little extra. I always do the little extra in case I make a mistake. You don't want to shortchange yourself either. Okay, 3 alls. Why does Jimmy Lou use 3 alls? Because I'm all thumbs sometimes, and sometimes 3 alls just help me to hold everything into place, okay? I am going, sorry, President Washington, we're going to be jabbing you in your side here. We're going to poke straight through. Don't poke your finger. Hello, Christina. Hello, welcome. If you're new, let us know that you're new. We appreciate everyone showing up. We do have a full schedule today. We're about to sew this in, take a break, and be back at 10:15. We're going to work 10:15 to about 11:15 on pockets and paper clips. Sometime during that 11:30 to 12:45 hour and 15 minutes, Alara will be here to work on pens with us. So you can make a nice pen for in your book. I'm coming up about 1 inch from the bottom. You want to poke straight through. Okay. Now, fabric will almost heal itself. Anybody know what I mean when I say it will heal itself? Meaning that when I pull the awl out, my hole might disappear. So that's why I'm like jiggling my awl a real little bit. So I've got my 3 places where I want my signature to get sewn into. My journal in a day thing, this is going to go in the front pockets, and then hopefully I won't lose it. All right, we are going to make a tassel and beadwork later for this. It's going to be awesome. All right, take out your center piece, and then just take your thread, you just needle right straight through. Words are hard today. Straight out through. Okay, I'm holding on real tight when I pull the awl out, so that way I can come straight back in. Okay, if you pinch it tight when you're going to do it, it'll work out better. Okay, same thing with the top part. When I pull the awl, I'm pinching the fabric and all of it and going straight out through. Okay, now where you might run into a wrinkle is coming back into the center. You might come through your fabric and not hit through your papers. Oh, I did though. Yay for me. And then sometimes you just get handed one where it works out for you. All right, we're going to pull this straight through. Now, we've got 2 tails. One goes out the left side, one goes out the right side, and you're going to give that a pull. Now, we're going to adjust. We're going to even up these tails some. a little bit. Hold on, Jimmy Lou has to figure out what I did there. Okay, one tail off to one side, one tail off to the other. Pull it real nice and tight, but not so tight that it ripples your fabric, because then you'll have some waves going on. All right, and we're going to take this, and I feel like I keep going on the wrong side of this. Okay, we're going to tie this in a knot, and then we're going to tie it in an S knot. Okay, so we're going to take this tail and we're going to slip it underneath this top piece. Nope, this way. All right, and then we're going to take this bottom one and we're going to come from this side over. Okay, so that one tail comes out the top, one tail comes out the bottom. When you look at it, it should look like an S. S for Smallwood, okay? You like the closure clasp? Me too. We're going to take this tail, go through this loop, give it a pull and a slide up to that knot. Do the same thing with this. Go through this loop, give it a pull and a slide. It makes this kind of really nice tight knot in the center, and then you can go ahead and tie this up into a bow. Now, if we decide to put some beads or charms or something on it, we have enough of a length there, and I'm just going to leave it. Okay, let me toss this stuff in here. And we'll have a little look through of what we did. Fold it over. It's going to pop open, right? Because we haven't trained it. It's a soft cover. Soft covers sometimes need a little training. I like soft covers for a couple of things. If you want to take a book like this to church, it's nice and soft. You can lay it on your lap and it's not going to be all like in your face, right? They're very nice for laying flat. They lay flat very, very nicely. We can chuck in our journal in a day schedule right there. We've done the cover and the signature. Here's my stamp, my handmade by the Messy Craft Corner. I signed and dated it because I get asked that a lot. And we've got that pretty yellow lace, almost like that tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. No, don't own the rights to the song. Don't ding me, you guys. All right, let's take a look through, and then we're going to take a break for about 15 minutes so you guys can get a cup of coffee and do all the things. This has a little flip that I think we're going to turn into a pocket. Okay, we can also leave it as a flip. We'll see what we're going to do there, okay? I'm going to think about that. We got our lines. We've got layers. I like 1, 2, 3 layers out. 1, 2, 3 layers in. Okay, we've got places. We're going to be adding stuff, okay? The next session is pockets and paper clips. If you got the add-on kit, I'll tell you what you need. You need the hidden paper clips, and I cut out, I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 pieces cut out, and we're going to be using these to decorate a hidden paper clip or 2. And then this corner pocket page, I don't want to give anything away, but this is an add-on piece that we're going to tuck inside of our book, okay? And it has all kinds of goodies inside there. I didn't go too crazy cutting apart the ephemera because the add-on stuff had a lot, and we may end up using some of that in places. So we're going to be using hidden paper clips to clip some of those add-on pieces and all kinds of fun stuff. Don't forget, you got stencils. You can be adding some stencil work into your book, right? So I can take this and I can go over here and I can grab some stars, right? We can even give us some stars off to the side over here. Don't be afraid to get your stuff out and use it. You don't have to wait for me to show you, but if you want to, you can, right? So just add some star background to some of your stuff if you like, right? I'm going to use that one a lot, I can tell. All right, and then this is going to be pockets. We're going to be doing some paper clips and pockets next. We've got places where you can add photos. Guys, who's excited for today? Good morning, Kingdom Acres Homemaking and Homestead. You shared me into the Country Living Collective. Thank you. What's your really real name? I'll forget, but so that we might learn it. Welcome. I think you're kind of new to me. There's Anne's Create and Share. Miss Anne, how are you today? Blue on white and red. Yes. Get involved today. Talk to me when I ask your input. I like to do that. So you're excited, Linda? Me too. You got one of these kits, didn't you? You have it coming. All right, there's some of our splat paper. If you got splat paper on Friday sale, you can tuck it in there. Okay, so a couple of things for today. That schedule with the times is loose, okay? That means it's a light schedule and we can change it at any time. So like if I would have ran way over, we may have just gone right into our 10:15. I may take breaks more than you think that I should, but I think sometimes we all just need a break for our brain. I am taking an hour-long break from between 2 and 3 o'clock. And I happen to know for a fact that Craft Art by Camille, I'm on my 5th book. Awesome! Go to the free group, Junk Journaling Jamboree. Share your books in there. We want to see what all everyone is making. I like this here. This kind of looks like fireworks, right? Okay, then we've got this piece here. And some of our add-ons are going to stick out past our pages to give us some levels and layers. That's just a free hint for you, okay? There we go. And here's another piece. I love that. America the Beautiful. Like, what if you have a picture of someone singing? That would look really good there. Yep, you can watch. Sometimes I recommend watch and work on it later. Because I do tend to start to go fast because I'm excited. I love that. I love that. That looks really good right there. All right. So we're going to take about a 15-minute break. I'm going to be back at 10:15 with pockets and paper clips. And we're going to get some fun pockets added into this. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm really sorry. The add-on kit also... it was buried, you guys. I'm really sorry. I've got 2 others. This one is a hidden pocket page that we're going to do. And I also have a double pocket page that we're going to do. So I just missed it because I was cutting fussy cuts out. So we're going to be using the pockets from the add-on kit. Go ahead and grab one of those and get it printed and all the fun stuff. There's my... Don't forget, print off your bookmark. That's a fun little thing to tuck in there that you hung out with the Messy Craft Corner today. All right, have a good 15-minute break. Take a tinkle, grab a drink, have a snack, all that fun stuff. And we will see you all in just a bit. Remember to always be kind because you never know what someone's going through. See you soon. Bye, guys.